Hey class, Mr. Lassard here. Just going to do a couple, about 4 exercises today from this page, and then I'll put the rest on another lesson. Top one is just a note review, okay? First measure, all first string notes, okay? Second measure, let me see if I can find something better to point with. All right, first measure, all first string notes, okay? E, F, G, F, open 1, 3, 1. Second string notes, B, C, D, C, open 1, 3, 1. Third string notes, open G, second finger A. To keep the pattern going, went up to the open second string B. So, and then open G. So this, all first string notes, all second string notes, kind of breaks the pattern here. Third string notes, second string, back to open third string. Fourth string notes, open D, second finger E, third finger F, second finger E, open D. All right, pause and practice if you need. Otherwise, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, and now on to something brand new. Now we have learned these chords. Notice up above we've got the names of the chords up above. So E minor. Now at this point we've learned 4 string chords, and that's all you need for this exercise. So if you know the 6 string and the 5 string chords, don't worry about putting them down because we're only playing 4 strings. But here we're going to put down the E minor chord. And while we're holding that, we're going to play these 4 notes twice. Put down this 4-string C chord, 4-string G7. Play those notes. Let me demonstrate this for you here. So so notice this is going to be this 4-string E minor chord, which is second finger on the 4th string, and the others are open, okay? And then what you're going to play is 4th string, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, okay? Like this. Okay, see that? I just had that down, and then I'm just going to play 4th string, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. So instead of playing the chord all together, I play the chord 1 string at a time. That's called an arpeggio, A-R-P-E-G-G-I-O. These are arpeggios. So this is an E minor chord played 1 string at a time, and then you repeat the pattern. You keep the E minor down, which for us for right now is just second finger on the 4th string. And you play the 4th string, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, 4th string, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. Then you're going to put down the 4th string C chord, which is the same here, but then you're going to add the 1st finger on the 2nd string, 1st fret. So here's E minor. Just add this to the 2nd string, and you have the C, and then your right hand's going to play the same notes. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4th string, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. Okay? 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then the G7 chord, at this point, just the 4th string G7. So 1st finger, 1st fret, 1st string. You're going to play 4 strings. 4th string open, 3rd open, 2nd open, and that F note there. Okay? Notice. Just hold down the G chord, 4th string, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. 4th string, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. All right, then probably the trickiest part of the piece is here where we have the D minor. So for the G7, we already had this finger here, same finger for the D minor. So you're not going to move that finger, but you are going to add the 2nd here and the 3rd here, if you remember D minor. Okay, if not, I'm reteaching it right now. 1st finger here, 2nd finger, 2nd fret, 3rd string, 3rd finger, 3rd fret, 2nd string. Now some people used to do pinky here just because it's an easier reach, and I would accept that, okay? 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 4, whatever's easier for you. right hand is going to play the same strings as you did for all these others. 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? Here for the D minor, 4, 3, 2, 1. So with this chord held down, you just play 4th string, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, 4th string, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, G chord, okay? At this point, the G chord is just 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. And you're going to play 4, 3, 2, 1, and then strum it all together. Now, you can do this with a pick. In fact, I would recommend you start out with a pick, as we've been doing. However, you may also notice here some little letters. P, I, M, A. Those are your right hand fingers. What I would recommend that you do, see, this is getting into finger picking, where instead of playing with a pick, sometimes we play with our fingers. And there's some advantages to that. There's some advantages to using the pick. Okay, the pick tends to be a little faster if you're doing fast solos or scale passages. The pick tends to have a little bit more of a rock and roll-y sound. But the finger picking gives you a nice, just a nice kind of pretty sound, right? Kind of a softer sound. And sometimes there are things that you can only do with your fingers because you might have a lot of different things going on, and so I might have a bass going on at the same time as a melody, and I can't do that just with a pick. I have to use my fingers. Now, what I would recommend, if you want to just use a pick, that's fine. If you want to use your fingers, you want to get good at finger picking, you go to the Raw Guitar website under Lessons, and there is an excellent video, a link to a YouTube video on how to correctly move the right hand fingers. You can't just plop any old finger down, and you can't just move it any old way. You have to develop the right technique for it to get the best sound, and also it's the healthiest way for your tendons in your hand. So go to rawguitar.weebly.com and go under the Lessons tab, and there is a button that will link you to a YouTube video on finger picking. And pay attention to that. And but we're going to call that optional. You can just do this with a pick. Now, I will say this about finger picking. If you're going to do it, notice the fingerings here. Okay, P stands for your right hand thumb. Comes from the Spanish. Okay, pulgar, I believe it's pronounced. I is index, right? So that aligns the I for index as well as for the Spanish for index. M for middle, or medio, right? And A for annular. Hope I'm pronouncing that right, which is your ring finger. So it says P-I-M-A. That means your right hand will go like this, P-I-M-A. Thumb will strike the 4th string, index the 3rd, middle the 2nd, and ring the 1st string, okay? That kind of motion. Now, I caution you, don't just jump in there and try this. If you want to learn the finger picking, I encourage you to do it, but do the video on the Raw Guitar website first, okay? He'll put you through some exercises, show you some good techniques of how to do that, okay? So, let's do this. Go ahead and put your 2nd finger down on the 4th string for the E minor chord. I'm going to play half of the measure, just these 4 notes, and then ask you to repeat. And then I'll play these 4 notes and I'll ask you to repeat. So here I go. I've got my 2nd finger on the 4th string, 4th string, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, your turn. My turn, I'm going to do the exact same thing for the 2nd half of the measure. Now it's your turn. Sorry. Now to go to the C chord, I just add the 1st finger to the 2nd string. My 2nd finger did not lift. Your turn. I'm going to do it again for the 2nd half of the measure. Now it's your turn. G7, open string, open fourth, open third, open second, and first finger on the first. Your turn. My turn, second half of the measure. Your turn. I leave the first finger down, add the other two fingers for D minor, second and third fingers. Your turn. Same thing for the second half of the measure. Your turn. And then a G chord, open, 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 and third finger. Your turn. And then I strum. Now, if you had trouble getting to the D minor chord, the other chord changes should be easy for you. But if you had trouble getting to the D minor, just forget all this arpeggio stuff for now and just strum a G7 and then strum a D minor. A G7 and a D minor. Just do it over and over until you can do it nice and fast. G7, take your time to get it right. Better to do it slow and right than fast and wrong. G7, add the other two fingers, D minor. G7, add the other two fingers. And once you're comfortable with that chord change, then go back and try it with the arpeggios. Okay? Pause the video and practice if you need. Otherwise, let's go ahead and play this together. Ready, go. Add the first finger for the C chord. G7, the D minor, and the G, and strum. All right, email me if you have questions about that. Now, I said we would go on, I think I said we'd do 3 or 4 exercises today. Let's just leave it at that for now, and I'll add those exercises on to the next video. All right, guys, take care.